Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Stacy, also known as Stress Knits Yarn on Instagram, and I am coming to you on August 1st, 2021 from Detroit, Michigan, where I live with my husband Doug, our daughter Eliza, and our pug Esther. They're hanging out downstairs, so if you hear some noises, that is what's going on. Yeah, so if you are new, hello, welcome, and if you are returning, welcome back. If you are a returning viewer, you might note something's different here. So one, I got new glasses. I love them. I've been wanting like really big, dark glasses that fit my face for a really long time, and I love them. So I did that, and also I got a haircut. It is my first haircut in over 2 years. So I am ecstatic. I went straight today. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, because my hair was in a bun and it's hot and humid outside. So like the second I leave this room, my hair is gonna kind of explode because it's naturally curly. But yeah, I got my bangs back, and we cut about 5-6 inches off. It was very long and very dead, so very exciting. I also got my eyebrows done, so I just feel like a whole new woman. Feels really good. Let's see what else is going on. Doug has been hard at work building our shed, and after I'm done recording, he's going to be heading back out there to finish it today. Him and I put up the door frame yesterday, and I got to build some of it, so that's really cool. And I hid our initials in the wood, so that's fun. I got to see one of my best friends and her husband, and Eliza and we went to Belle Isle and just walked around. We hiked. It's not really a hike. It's a pretty easy walk, but it's really beautiful. It's on the very tip of Belle Isle, opposite from where you can see the city. And you just walk around and you go to the water, and Eliza wanted to climb in I think that's a river at that point. I think it's the Detroit River at that point, but it might be starting to be Lake St. Clair. Yeah, so we had a fun time with that. They were very patient with Eliza, which I appreciate. Let's see what else is going on. Work is really good. I kind of start training for my new position Tuesday. I start training on Tuesday. Eliza gets a nanny tomorrow. It's just a lot of changes, a lot of exciting things. It's going to be really good. I have my coffee. We just got back from getting coffee. This is my shaken espresso, no classic, 2 white mocha, oat milk. It's really good. It's a nice little, I need a lot of caffeine and cold brew just isn't doing it kind of thing. Let's see, and yeah, I think that's really all the updates. My garden is looking beautiful. The roses are blooming. I've gotten some blooms off of my Claire Austin rose and my Emily Bronte rose. And then my Allenwick roses and Generous Gardener have buds that are about to burst in the next few days that you can see the color. They've kind of separated from those outer petals. I've got my first dahlia, which is Linda's baby. It's almost fully open. I think maybe by the end of the day, I'll be able to cut it and bring it inside and enjoy it. I've just been really enjoying the garden. I'm really excited to get the fence up and dig the garden beds, hopefully before first frost, so I can plant some stuff for next year. But if not, next spring will be doable. So I don't know, I'm just really excited to make outside really beautiful. And yeah, since last we spoke, I don't know how much of an update we had for the basement, but the basement is cleaned out. All of the drywall is gone. We got our new washer and dryer, new furnace, new air. Well, that goes with the furnace. New hot water tank. all of my yarn and stuff, it's all in here. And then my dyes, my burners, the table, my new spin dryer, all of that is here. It is in the basement. I'm going to be getting it ready maybe tonight or this week and start dyeing later this week into the weekend. And I'm really excited. I don't have to tear down. I don't have to set up. I don't have to cook in the same place that I'm dyeing anymore. I'm so excited, and I could not have done this without all of your help. So thank you to everyone who donated to the GoFundMe, who spread the word about the GoFundMe. It really saved my business because that flood was nuts. So I just want to say thank you, because I'm starting to feel back to normal. Like everything is like kind of where it was before the flood. Like everything is ready to start. So really excited about that. Sorry, I'm distracted. Our neighbors are moving, and I think they're having like an inspection done. So I'm like distracted. Yeah, so I think that's all the updates. We should probably get into the knitting. So I have 2 finished objects. 2. I'm going to skip over the one that I'm wearing first and go right to my outline tank. So I was going to wear this today, but it looks funny with all the ends that need to be woven in, because I have not woven ends in on anything. Just not in that mood right now. I actually don't mind weaving in ends, but I don't know. Okay, so this is my outline tank by Jessie Maed Designs. I knit this using Knit Picks Cotlin DK. It's a cotton linen blend yarn. This is the Sagebrush colorway, and I got it when it was on sale, because usually it's about like $3 to $5 a skein, and I got it when it was like sub $3 a skein. It took me about 5 skeins to knit this, so it's a very affordable garment when using Knit Picks, and I really like it. It's a little bit bigger than I would have wanted. So I swatched, because this is a DK and the outline calls for a heavy fingering sport weight. So I knit the medium to get something in between a large and an extra large, but checking my gauge on the finished, it's an extra large, and I would have rather it had been closer to the large size. So I will be knitting this again. And I'm thinking about knitting it in some indie dyed yarn, maybe my own yarn, maybe someone else's. I'm not sure yet what I want to do, but I really love it. It's just such a cute summer top. I can see myself wearing this in the garden. I can see myself wearing this like doing yoga. I really like it. I want to knit everything from Jessie Maed. Yeah, I have quite a few on my queue right now, but this is like, I will reknit this. So that is my outline, and it goes really fast once you separate the front and the back. I did the front and the back in like a day and a half. It went really quickly. So that's finished object number 1. Finished object number 2 I am wearing, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it's a little hot, but it's such a cozy sweater that I kind of don't care. This is my Ingalls sweater by Caitlin Hunter. I started this in November of last year when I dyed the Glow colorway. This was colorway number 1 for my 2020 advent calendar. So it's called Glow. Here it is. So I haven't woven in ends yet, but it's just like the perfect size. I think I knit a medium. And it came out a little smaller because my gauge is really, really tight, and she's a looser knitter. But I did everything to pattern except I did my fold over neckline, and I didn't do the short rows on the bottom hem. Everything else I knit to pattern, but I wanted this to be closer to my neck, to be a little, I don't know. So I have this thing. I think I've talked about this before, but I'll reiterate for anyone who's new. I find that larger sizes for sweaters tend to have bigger necklines, and it just doesn't work for me. So what I've done is I've started doing a fold over neckline on those sweaters to pull it in closer to my neck, and I am so much happier. It's such an easy modification. I don't know, I really like it. So like this is about an inch and a half. So I knit like 3 inches and then I folded it over and knit the cast on with the current stitch. Super easy. You can find tutorials for them anywhere. I really like it. I used Stress Knits DK in Glow is the main colorway, and then Pillow Mint on Worsted Pillow Mint on Worsted. I used worsted because the pattern calls for DK held with mohair, and I kind of like didn't want mohair in the sweater. I'm not the biggest fan of wearing it next to skin, and I'm really trying to shift to wearing my knits this year. That's kind of a big goal of mine for this fall and winter, is to wear hand knits pretty consistently, especially because I'll be at work and like, I don't know, I think it'll be cool. So I knew if I put mohair with it, it would kind of irritate my chest, and I really didn't want that. Plus, I have leftovers for my throw over. I was like, this is the perfect amount. I don't have to break into a new skein. I get to use leftovers. So yeah, I really like it. I really like the sweater. I'm realizing how much more I like circular yoke sweaters on me than I like raglans. Like I still really love a raglan, but I feel like circular yokes fit me the way I want a sweater to fit. So that's a fun thing to learn. I kind of like the poofy sleeve, very comfortable. I can see myself, like I'm wearing this over a dress right now. So I can see myself wearing it over a dress. I can see myself wearing it with a pair of jeans or with leggings. It's just gonna be a really versatile sweater for this fall and winter. So I'm very excited about it, and I really love the colors. Okay, so next up, I cast 2 sweaters off, so I cast 2 on. But first we're gonna talk about my new Half and Half triangles wrap. This is kind of something that I'm just picking up. Oh no, a lot of drop stitches. Hold please. Not a big deal, it's not a big deal. We just put the back on the needle. I'm sweating. I forgot to know this room doesn't get air. There's like a whole issue with a duct, and we have to put it back up. It's like a whole thing. It's not a big deal, but our room, the office, and the bathroom don't get as much air, so it's a little warm. So if my face starts getting red, that is why. Okay, so I didn't realize I was in the middle of a row. I'm not gonna knit through this row. It's too long, but I'm knitting. This is my third Half and Half triangles wrap. This is the second I'm knitting for myself. I knit one for my mom. Yeah, so it is this is, what is it called? I think it's Bright Flamingo. Yes, Bright Flamingo. It's the main color, and then Pale Mushroom will be the contrast, and I'm really excited about it because I don't knit with neons. It's not really my thing, and it's bringing me a lot of joy. The goal I have for this is casting it off by the winter solstice, being halfway by the autumnal equinox, because I cast this on the summer solstice. So I thought it'd be fun to knit the bright pink during summer, knit the pale mushroom during the fall, and then by winter have it off my needles and ready to wear. Yeah, so it's my goal with number 3. So it's going well. I keep it in my work basket to work on if I have some downtime. So I picked it up here and there. It's a little slow going because some other stuff has caught my attention. So let's talk about the first sweater I cast on, and I paused because I needed to wind yarn, and I just did that. So this will be back on the needles shortly. But something has really caught my attention. If you follow me on Instagram, you know what it is. But over on my Patreon account, hi patrons, I am hosting a knit along, started today, and it is basically knitting a staple for your wardrobe. I guess that's it. I don't know why I went up at the end. Knitting a staple for your wardrobe, knitting a second of your favorite project. And my thing is like, sometimes we knit something and our taste changes, or we realize, oh, I wish the neckline was closer to my neck. I wish I would have knit that a little longer. Oh, I would have liked it a little cropped. So knitting a second one that is going to be something more wearable. That's kind of like the premise of the Patreon knit along. So if you're looking to join, head over there. It's for all members, whether you pledge $1 or more. Everyone is invited to join. So it's sweaters and hats and shawls, basically staples, because I lost all of my staples in the flood. So I cast on a second Eirys Pullover. It is from the Pom Pom book Ready Set Raglan. I test knit that pattern for that book, and I knit it out of Eloise. I don't have any, well, I do have some with me, but it's on cloud. So I knitted it in like this really pretty, like tanny pink color. And I was really in love with that sweater, but I lost it. So instead of knitting the exact one, because I think I will end up knitting one almost exactly the same, I kind of wanted to play around with it. So I had some Brooklyn tweed in my stash. And so I swatched, and I decided I was going to color block the Eirys Pullover. I want to say it's by Megan Fernandez and Lydia Gluck. It's a basic Raglan sweatshirty type knit, and I really like it. So I am starting off with Postcard. This is Brooklyn Tweed Shelter, and then finishing it off in Yellowstone. So that is going to be the color block, and this is where I'm at. Like, it's just a nice little, it's the start of a Raglan. Like, it's nothing exciting. I haven't separated for sleeves. I'm nowhere near that. And then I have my Hello Lavender stitch marker from Eliza's 2nd birthday. So it's super fun. I love Brooklyn Tweed. It's kind of nice to have something woolly on the needles after doing superwash. But I needed to wind a skein of yarn, and then I also got really sidetracked by this next project. And you guys are gonna laugh at how much I've done. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this sweater is done before the end of August. So I cast on the Illuminate by Andrea Mowry. It is her Rhinebeck 2021 sweater. And I was originally not going to cast it on for a few reasons. I'm not going to Rhinebeck, and it just wasn't, because I'm really in this, like, trying to get away from knitting really popular patterns just to knit the really popular patterns. I'm trying to get away from that and really knit things that I will wear and I will love. But I love watching her Friday videos on YouTube. I'll knit if I want to, and I will post, I'll link the episode that she released her Illuminate, like that episode that made me want to knit it, because she's wearing it, and I'm realizing that it's a lot like her pink velvet sweater, which is one of my favorite sweaters that I knit last year, or 2 years ago. Last year? I think it was in 2020 that I knit it. And I just realized that I really like her circular yokes, and I really liked the motif on top. I liked the stripes, and I was realizing what was like turning me off from it was, one, that it was mohair, and two, that it just wasn't in my color palette, which I'm really leaning into the oranges and pinks and like the warmer tones. I'm really enjoying that right now. And I'm saying a lot, I'm sorry. Take a sip of coffee, my nose is getting stuffy. Are anyone else's like fall allergies kind of like peeking out right now? It's kind of annoying, but yes. So I knew that I had Eloise, which is one of my favorite colorways that I dye, on Cloud, which is my Surrey alpaca silk base. It's a really good alternative to mohair. And I'm like forgetting to breathe. So I keep like gasping for breath. Yeah, I'm realizing that I'm just kind of talking and forgetting to take a breath. So let's all take a breath together. Okay. So I realized I had this. I started a sweater for Eliza. It was the tulip, like the mini tulip by Melody Hoffman. It was her kid size version of that sweater, and I started knitting that for Eliza, and I realized I wanted to go up a size, and I just kind of stopped knitting it. But I had 2 skeins of Cloud and Eloise, and I realized that I had 2 skeins of Spincycle Rusted Rainbow. I was like, I really love the warmer earth tones with a really beigey pink. I was like, well, that would be really beautiful. And I was like, you know what? This sweater looks like fun. And I would definitely wear it more if it's Surrey alpaca and not mohair. Let's just do it. So I cast on and I got pretty far. I'm loving this so much. I'm gonna add a few more stripes before I take a picture of it. But I mean, can you just see me wearing this? Because I can. I really love it. I'm knitting the size 48. That is what fits me the best in Andrea Mowry patterns, and I went up 2 needle sizes, or a needle size. I'm knitting this on a US 6. I love it. I really love it. I did the fold over neckline to bring it in closer. I mean, come on, look at this. So I've separated for the sleeves, and I have done a repeat and a half of the stripes past the armhole, and I could definitely see myself being done with the body by the end of this week. So I am so excited. It's kind of bunched up on a 32-inch cord. But look at it. And I just think of this with my hair. I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. Here's the back. It's just so beautiful. Yeah, so Spincycle and Rusted Rainbow. I've ordered a few more skeins so I can play around with color management on the rest of the body and the sleeves, because I am avoiding, let me see, I am avoiding the brighter tones in this. Like, there are a few pops here and there, like here, but I don't want the entire sweater to be taken over by that. Is it gonna rain? This weather's been so weird. Yeah, so I don't want it to be taken over by that, and I also don't want it to be taken over by brown. So, like, I don't mind a little bit of blips here and there, like this little dark section. Like, I really like that. So I'm just really playing around with the color. So I grabbed a few skeins from the Spincycle website, and I told them I was looking for less bright, more mustard yellow skeins because I really want more of that in this as well, because I have skeins that have more of like the oranges and the pinks. This is my favorite section of this yarn, is like this orangey pink color. Love it. So this has really taken all of my attention, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm probably not gonna put this down until it's done. So that is the big project, Illuminate by Andrea Mowry. Knitting a size 5, which is a 48-inch bust. It'll give me about 6 inches of positive ease, which is what I really like on a sweater that I wear pretty often. And I can definitely see myself pairing this with dresses over the the fall and the winter. You know, dresses and tights. So I'm really excited about it. Okay. I don't want to put it down. It's so beautiful. I need to take a picture of it. And I found a wood hanger that survived the flood. So yeah, I just need to figure out where I'm going to take a picture of it. Okay. I really love it. I think, oh, actually, I have a stash enhancement, which I don't have very often, but I pre-ordered this months ago, like before we moved, because it got delivered to my mom's house. Like, I don't even think we closed on the house yet. I know our offer was accepted whenever Explorer Knits did her Into the Wild collection. I think it was in April, somewhere in there. And so I was really nervous that I was going to send it to this house and snag at the house and like relive what happened in December. So I had it delivered to my parents' house, and this is Lion's Den, the sock set. This is Prowl, this contrast, but this is Lion's Den. It really looks like we're about to get a rainstorm, a short one. We'll see. So if the lighting changes, that's why. Yeah, and I just really love it. And if you know me, lions are super special to our family. Yeah, so I'm going to knit a pair of socks out of this, and I really am trying to be better about buying yarn that I love from other indie dyers instead of feeling like I need to constantly knit my own yarn. It's this weird place to be in because it's like I want people to see what my yarn looks like knit up, but also this is just so beautiful and not something I would make, and I'm just really excited to knit with Explorer Knits for the first time. This is her Denali sock, so her 80/20, which is my favorite, and it's just so beautiful. So that is coming. Excuse me. I don't know how soon that'll be cast on because I'm still knitting some other socks, but yeah, that'll be coming soon. Okay, I think that is everything. So I hope you are doing well. Thank you for stopping in and hanging out with me for a little bit. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a good July, and I hope your August is the best month yet. So I will talk to you in a month. Patrons, I will see you over on Patreon. Yeah. All right. Bye.